This is the most insane. Right? Those theories. Those theories, Duncan, about what is it like? Keanu Reeves is a time traveling fucking vampire. He's been. Have you ever seen this?
Sure.
And all the pictures are like people who look like Keanu Reeves back in the day, or Nick Cage is another cunt who's apparently a time traveling vampire. Well, it turns out you're a fucking time traveling vampire as well.
Who knew?
Alex Jones was right. Right? Somebody found there was like this link to a very obscure word called cacoethes. And what that means is the irresistible urge to do something inadvisable, right? Or tweet something inadvisable, I suppose. And just look at the fucking face. Would you look at that? How is it? How is it you? Like, it is just you.
This one, I have to admit, is ridiculous. Even when I saw it, I was
just enhanced it, mate.
Especially the grin. It's the grin that I can't.
But yeah, I mean, it's got your little shit-eating. That is the beak face. That's the mad thing about it. That's the fucking beak face right there. That's what the beak face was created to do. Like, I'm tweeting things that are gonna make you mad.
Yeah.
You mad?
Like, I can't lie. This is one thing that's always tilted me, right? Yeah. Is that when people hold me accountable for the things I've said or done, damn those people. No, but when they do it, right, they always do it from the perspective that, because it's a famous thing about me, that people always say that I give off the vibe that I think that everything I'm saying is like 100% correct and I know everything, which I've never understood, because actually I will always admit stuff like, well, people could have a different take on that, or like, it's just my perspective or whatever. But it is just like the grin and my demeanor that does that. Because listen, there's plenty of times I've even thought to myself 5 seconds later, like, why am I saying that though? Like, there's obviously a part of me just thinks about, let's say, roughly about 5 years ago when Chanman was like, so you're looking forward to going to Academy? I should have just gone, yes, I am. Thank you. That ends the Poland-related segment of the show. But obviously I didn't, did I? I got my cacoethes all in a bunch. Next thing you know, I've missed about 5 tournaments, few majors, probably lost about 50k. But in the end, it was all worth it or something. I don't know.
And the thing is, as well, what I always love about these guys, right, is like when they have that mindset of let's throw that fucking rock, right? They obviously think, first of all, that no one will throw one back because, well, no, that's not fair. Then you're just banging on the little guy. Fuck those rules, by the way, mate, right? Like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? It's like, listen, let's say, right, I'm in the UFC, right? And I'm training for a fight. I'm fighting John Jones. He's juiced out of his mind, right? I know it's going to be a tough fight. I've prepped hard. And then at the last minute, Dana White goes, yeah, he's bloody gone and done it again, hasn't he? So last minute, we've got this guy for you to fight. And I get in there and it's a midget. I'm still banging that midget out. I'm still banging that midget out.
I don't know this example. I don't know. Why is he...
I got two. I will say
it's also not that great an example because in the UFC they do have like weight classes. So this guy would have to be proper fat to be in your weight class. He's a midget. How much is this guy weigh?
As wide as you are tall.
I know
he had really dense bones. He did. He had really dense bones, so he passed the weight class. Right, so now I'm not going to enjoy it, am I? It don't matter that he's a little.
Fuck out you! If his midget's 150 kilo, he might snap, but he ankles to bits.
Why is he doing that angle that like your dad used to take back in the day? Like, listen, I'm not going to enjoy this. It's going to hurt me more. It's going to hurt you.
Yeah, I'm not going to enjoy it, but I got to do it, mate.
Just give this guy the
what
I gotta give him 50 grand, mate. Performance of the night if I launch this guy on the octagon.
Listen, I'm not enjoying this crack. Joe goes, all right, I'm getting that fucking bonus.
All I'm saying is, if that little dude thinks I'm gonna fucking take it easy on him after his first swing, he's got another thing coming. He's getting banged out, isn't he?
He's just getting really naked short.
Depends what his BJJ's like.
I'm just a midget. He goes, listen, I need that fucking bread.
Exactly. Shut up, freestyle. Take it to the mat. That's that. So I fucking hate that rule.
I will absolutely admit I could be totally wrong. By the way, me and Richard, we know Nico a little bit. We are largely speculating about his personality, etc. Nico does remind me, for some reason, of this kid that I knew when I was young, right? And I went to his house once because he was like, "Oh, you want to come around my house and play on the Mega Drive?" And the Mega Drive, for all Americans, by the way, it was a Sega Genesis. That's what we called it in England, right? I don't know why, because actually the slang of Mega was only a thing up north, but Mega Drive sounds wicked if you're from north. He's like, "Fucking hell, it's Mega." So anyway, we're there with the Mega Drive, right? And this kid, unfortunately, was one of these people who hasn't yet like been fully socialized to understand like polite etiquette, right? So I go around and I sit there and he's having his go on the game first, right? He's playing it, and obviously it's his game, so he's mega right. So he just plays for like an hour, and then he goes, right, and he dies, and he goes, "Your turn." And then I start playing, and I've only like jumped the fucking character up one level, and his mum just comes in like, "Yeah, Duncan's got to go now. Your tea's ready. You've got to go." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm looking at this kid like, "Really, homie? One jump? It's your game, you daft cunt. You're going to play it the whole time when I'm not here. Why not I playing it while you're... Why am I watching you play it?" That's just kind of what... I don't know why, but that's the vibe I get from Nico. Okay?
Why?
He's a greedy little Mega Drive hoarding.
One fucking jump!
Let me play Batman Returns, because it was my time to shine. So.
Why have you remembered that?
Why was he triggering him when it fucked his childhood up? Just one jump!
Why is that still in your brain, like, after all these years? You know. So there was some other news that we can tangentially link, because it also involves Brazilians. Won't be anything that surprises anybody, I don't think. But once again,
sentenced to 15 years in prison. And then the thing was, he just wouldn't prove it, said the defendant on the stand. And also, I'd just like to say, while I accept this guilty plea bargain, I apologize for nothing. Was that the news by any chance? Was that it?
Oh, don't, man. I'm sick. Oh, fuck. Yeah, no, it wasn't that, man. It wasn't. But yeah, I'm glad I don't ever have to represent him, because, of course, he doesn't commit crimes. That was all just a joke.
He didn't do nothing.
Yeah. Right. Get me out, Sam. The simulation's capsizing, man. I can't do it. Right. There it is. You know, things get really bad when the Ghost Rider fucking laugh comes out. It's bad, mate. It's bad. He's bloody good. He's no red eye, but he's good. So that's what you should be saying.
That is the mantra that we all must say.
Yeah, we all say that. We all say that in the industry. He's good. He's no red eye.
Even if you're at someone's funeral and you go, "He was the best man I ever," and you'll just hear someone go, "Ah!" and you go, "Oh, sorry, Paul. He was one of the best men I ever knew in this industry." The Godfather. He is the Godfather. You've got to give it up, right?
He is, mate. He is the Godfather.
He goes, "Hey, you made me a bloody offer I couldn't refuse."
Your impersonation of him is so wank. Like, yeah, it's so far off.
I don't claim to be able to do it. I just keep trying. That's like that thing, though, that piece of trivia that just ruins everything again. You know that piece of trivia about Ridley Scott, that part of where he took the inspiration?
Yeah, the Blade Runner thing is from the ICI plan.
Yeah. Except the problem is everyone else is going, "Oh my God, he's a visionary. How did he think of that futuristic sort of dystopia?"
No,
it's like,
Middlesbrough's just like that.
"Come with me. Right, there you go. Pay this £1 for the bus. That's right. Get on the Arriva. But where are we going now? Follow me. Oh my God, it's Blade Runner. What is this? Some sort of theme park?" No, it's just a fucking old chemical plant, mate. Like, yeah. They will be living in a world where like esports is just like a welcome to the 25th season of the LCS. Like, fucking hell, is this life?
Mate, if I knew I was going to live forever, you think I'd be doing anything in this fucking industry? You mad cunt! I'd be fucking long gone. This is my entire career is sunk cost fallacy at this point. I've been around since the start.
Yeah.
I gotta see where it plays out to. Oh, there's money in it now. Guess I can't leave.
Well, put it this way: the one thing you can't do, let's be real, is leave, and then it does get massive, and then you're just in some bar.
Yeah,
going,
no, I know.
Hey man, you know I used to be involved in that. And then everyone's just going, "Fuck this loser."
I don't remember this kid.
They call that fucking pulling a D, man, don't they?
Yeah, sure you knew that, Shroud. I bet you did. Bet you never bloody met me, a liar.
You know what I mean? It's like
Red Eyes in the bar, of course.
I think I can comfortably leave Riot Games right about now. Gets a phone call, doesn't he, from his broker? Bloody hell, Lee! Great news. I've had a I've had a rumor that Tencent are buying up all that Riot Games stock. You've still got it, haven't you? You didn't have to give it up when you left or anything.
Why are you not answering? Didn't you hear me? You can sell the stock for millions. Please,
I can't talk right now.
Sell the stock.
I'm bloody 1-0 down at Bury away.
Plus, we're live on the radio right now. Sure, not many people are listening, but listen, I've got to go anywhere. And it's a throw-in from Tom. And the young lad from the youth squad coming in, mate. That would be the ultimate iniquity. Your real job is actually...
Thanks for the sub there.
Your real job is casting real life football that's at a lower level than even the FIFA games you used to cast anymore. You're just doing like fucking the championship or something. Like, oh, bloody hell. Leeds, I remember them.
I didn't even need that stock anyway. I had a big deal on street. $20 donation from Rafflecopter.
And I won the league.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I've took Doncaster to the promised land. Fucking hell. Oh, God. I don't give a fuck. Like, that will always buckle me. That will always buckle me. It shouldn't. It's probably cruel at this point. Yeah, I don't know, but
it is.
Whatever. He's like Duncan. Yeah. Massively cruel. And you're doing it on a stream with everyone watching. Massively cruel. Anyway.
Still funny, though. I do sometimes remind myself of this legendary story of Ron Artest, right? Where right after that Malice in the Palace brawl in 2004, where literally not only were they fighting each other, they were knocking fans out live on TV.
Mate, Malice in the Palace is the shit.
But here's the maddest part to the story is that Steven Jackson, who was on the same team as Ron Artest, said that when they got to the locker room later, Ron Artest turns to him and goes, "You think we'll get in trouble for that?" And he was just looking at him like, and that's kind of like what I'm like when I do some edgy shit. Like, you think that was too much, Rich? Should we take that out? Like,
yeah. It's too late now. We were live, Doug. We were live. One other example of the sound mix. This is what nobody wants. This haunts Smiths in his dreams. Imagine a turbocharged Dust Moret, right? I know. The world ain't ready, is what I'm trying to say. The world is not ready. Right, so 3, 2, 1. This one, you ready, boys?
3, 2, 1, go.
So listen to this audio. It's a fucking.
Well, I think that game kind of went how we expected it to. Yeah, I mean that was something, wasn't it? I mean, Fnatic wins pistol. They won the next round. They took a saving obviously.
Gets worse.
Once they was able to buy guns, then that was pretty much.
Screaming.
That just sounds like fucking Dust right there when he was that. Was he even speaking? It sounded like a fucking mad rooster in a cartoon or something.
You know what I mean? And then, like, you can just see he's reaching for the Kappa sign. You know what I mean? Like, just ready to fucking relive the glory days. So, the audio mix was a fucking nightmare.
You already know the event's fucked is when Dust just rolls up and says, right, well, the history of you at events, mate. So, like, if he's just a camera shot, just get the fuck out of the building. Just get out. You can't be associated with that. You don't know what could happen. Mate, if he reached for a Kappa sign...
That's some outrageous shit to say about a fellow professional, dog.
I know.
That's some outrageous shit.
The sad thing is, I pull for him.
Spat water everywhere.
You know, doesn't mean it's going to happen for him. You know, I accept that. The world isn't fair, is it? It's like when I watch a nature documentary, right? Yeah, obviously I want that gazelle to make it, but I'm not going to shoot the lion. It's still TV. Don't know what that analogy is. You think about that on me.
What's wrong with you? That's like Trevor and Harvey Weinstein says something like that.
Actually, you know what's mad is I actually did used to do that when I was a kid, to be honest. When I used to watch
shoot lions.
No, I used to just say to my parents, like, why are they letting them just attack it? Like in my nature documentary, it'd be brilliant. It'd be like, and the noble lion comes in on the gazelle. You'd look over and just be me with a fucking sniper rifle. Got him dead. It's like, where's the footage to all the lions kill all the gazelles? Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
You and the dentist just holding a lion's head.
Why do you like gazelles so much? Is the question.
Just because when I was a kid, you naively anthropomorphize them, don't you? So you think, oh no, they're trying to get away. Look, I've seen them raising their kids, killing a family. And then what you learn is nature tells you, get ready to clip this, killing a family's okay. I'm in the context of being a lion, killing a gazelle family, obviously. Clip that.
Look, I'm glad.
The other side.
I'm glad you didn't turn into a furry, because that's another way you could have gone.
Yeah, I just wasn't that into fighting games. I just wasn't into them. I was more of a PC guy, you know.
Here's the other story. So there was a little bit of drama coming out of the NA minor, and then we'll probably have to end the podcast here, honestly. We'll do the last chance and E-League. Well, loads of people got fucking humpty about the fact that they basically were like teabagging their opponents and stuff.
Wait a minute, that's the drama. So that's still a thing, man.
I know, mental in it, right?
It's like every time people bring something like that up, I realize I'm coming from a background of being like a hardcore gamer, back to doing like 200 people or something, but come on, man. Does that really just offend your fucking delicate sensibility that a virtual character? I mean, I always say this. You virtually killed the motherfucker. Now you're virtually putting your nuts near his virtual face. Which part's the part that's really offensive to you, you daft fucking cunt? You're like the morons who were fine with the movie having Arnold just blowing motherfuckers up, but then it's like, again, I'm going to date myself now. It's like 10 p.m. in like fucking 1989. So he has to go like, hey, motherfrackers, as he's killing them all. It's like, why is fuck the offensive part of this premise?